Spoiler alert.
This is a spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear any spoilers, put your fingers in your ears.
We have to tell Cora.
Well, isn't that rather a betrayal?
Rosamond and Violet have been in possession of facts that they really should probably have shared with Cora, and so they feel very, very guilty about it. It's a wonderfully tense scene.
You never thought to involve me, her own mother. You, Rosamond, you looked at that little girl and you never thought it was my business too?
I think Edith had to go through all of what she did, and she had to travel and keep this secret.
I'd like you to bring her home.
No. I won't be the county failure. Poor, demented Lady Edith who lost her virtue and her reason.
Just listen to my plan. The Drews would reach a reluctant conclusion that they can't afford to raise their friend's child. You've grown so fond of the girl, you ask if she might join the others in the Downton nursery.
It is a crazy plan. It is also something that we know did happen. But they found a way to bring Marigold into the house. Respectable.
That was close.
I have a little announcement. Lord Merton and I have decided that we should get married.
When one of the parents has died, it's sometimes difficult for the children to accept that their surviving parent is going to form a new relationship.
What did you say?
Only that Mrs. Crawley, a decent middle-class woman with neither birth nor fortune, is expecting to fill our mother's shoes as one of the leaders of the county. Is she capable of it? Or will her inevitable failure prove a source of misery to them both?
I think Larry is frightfully pompous and obviously insecure in many ways. But the manner in which a child reacts to the choice of the surviving parent in trying to find happiness needs to be dignified. And the thing about Lord Merton's sons is that neither of them show the nobility that they're expected to have. They are appalling in the manner they treat her.
I know the choice of in-laws is eccentric in this family. You already boast a chauffeur, and soon you can claim a Jew, but even so...
Why don't you just get out, you bastard?
Well, if that is how you feel.
I do not endorse Tom's language, but that is certainly how we all feel.
I'm worried about Isis.
Why? What's the matter with her?
She's not looking too clever.
Well, this is a story that I'd actually suggested to Julian over a year before we shot. We're always nicely vague about time passing, and we sort of edge forward in time. But I think we ought to acknowledge that even though we all stay superhumanly young and haven't changed much since 1912, I think the dog we should acknowledge, who probably would have been about 3 when we first met her in 1916. Maybe she is, maybe it's, you know, she's had a good innings for a Labrador.
You're really not yourself, are you, old girl?
And I have to say, I was very moved. Abby had been the best of the dogs we've had, actually. And she was very obedient and very sweet and looked obviously very healthy right to the end.
He said it won't take long now. He offered to put her down there and then, but I couldn't quite let him.
I think sometimes it does take an outside force to unite people, and you know, to break a roadblock that this couple of gods, they are bonded over the fact that, as anyone who has a pet does and has had a pet through its life, that it's a very traumatic time when that time comes, when the pet dies.
I'm going to sleep in the dressing room tonight. I'm not cross, I just want to have her with me.
Stay here.
The thing is, I'm pretty sure she won't last till morning, and I don't want her to be frightened.
Then lay her here between us, and she'll know she has someone who loves her very much next to her.
It is the branch that Robert and Cora grab hold of to say we are united in our grief over this, therefore we are united.
2 people who love her and each other very much on either side.
She was very patient and very still in that final scene, and we do know that she's going to spend her last evening together with the people who love her most.